Alright. It's 9:40. I just woke up about 20 minutes ago. Got a good amount of water in me. Let's do some cardio. We're gonna walk around Walmart. I'm gonna get a mic for these videos. They even have a mic at Walmart. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to order it, but do some cardio. Then we got a grocery shop. Grocery haul, boy. Whew. This is the second time now I bought something from Walmart, and the box was completely empty. So we got ourselves a gift card, and we're getting another one. Well, Aldi is packed, but we're gonna use that to our advantage. We're gonna park way at the end so that we are forced to do some cardio. A little bit of walking never hurt. Yeah. Cardio is always good. You know, ride on the cart. Then you're dying. If you don't ride on the grocery cart, you're dying. You're slowly dying. So, I made a whole video in the store getting groceries, but the mic made it sound so horrible. Like, so horrible. Good morning. So now we're at Meijer. You won't get to see the Aldi debacle because the microphone is total butt, but it seems like a lot of people, they go to Aldi and then right after Aldi they come to Meijer, just like I do. It just must be a ritual. Must just be a thing. Park my car out, cart out here and use the restroom. Alright, so we'll see if this works out the same. We're gonna grab some beef. Oh, there's a sale. So you know we're gonna grab a couple of those. And by a couple I mean 10. I'm just kidding. 81-19, you know, like 80-20 mean is, I don't know. I kind of, honestly, I leave a lot of the grease in there. I want to get one 50% off, and then those are 13. Wow, there's like a whole sale on these. Wow. I want to get one 50% off. I don't mind if I do. I think that I'll get some of them. I'll get some of them 93, like, you know, pretty mean. And then we'll do a mix match type dealio. Like, we'll do some
of them 80-20, some of them 93-7. You know, just to keep it fairly lean, you know.
Keep it fairly lean. Alright, well, maybe we'll grab one more. I feel like I'm all good on beef. Can't tell if these are even frozen yet or not. Anyways. Anywho, let's see if we can still hear me good after this. Can you? Good. So we got all the chicken at Aldi, so we don't need any chicken. We got plenty of the beef, so. We need cereal yet? Types of cereal. And I like to grab this when I'm balling. Just kidding, when I got enough money, I'm talking. A little bit of Fairlife. Because I'm lactose intolerant, pretty much. Not really. I can eat all the cheese I want. But when it comes to milk just rips my stomach apart. I don't know what it is. It's just milk. Rips my ass apart. Ugh. So we got Greek yogurt at Aldi. I just noticed it's cheaper here. Damn it! Some dude walked up into me, kind of. I don't know. I think he was a little bit. He might have been disabled of some sort, but at the Aldi, he was coming up on me pretty fast, and I was wondering what he's doing because he's almost not breathing on my neck. And I just kind of gave a little talk about how me as a bodybuilder wanting to have a lot of muscle. Now I'll show you how this pertains. Taking steroids, right? We'll talk about steroids for a minute. I don't blast gear. I don't care. I don't even really need to prove it, but I'll prove it as much as I need to. And I don't blast gear, and that's because I know that I couldn't handle it. I would be an angry motherfucker because testosterone and all the derivatives of it, all it does is make you more of what you already are. So if you are a really angry person, then that's what you're going to be, is just an even more angrier person. And I'm kind of an angry person sometimes. Quite a bit of an angry person. So I stay away from that. So, because otherwise, in an episode like that where some dude is kind of breathing over my neck, I would make a scene about it. I don't want to make a scene about it, so let's just, you know what, we're going to go Togi style and we're going to get some fucking Uncrustables. You know what, we deserve it. We deserve some goddamn Uncrustables. I don't even care, I'm getting a big box. Just because, dude, I don't know. I like. Alright, so we got our meat, we got some Uncrustables, we got some Fairlife milk. Okay, we got tilapia, or not tilapia. I keep saying that. We got salmon, chicken tenderloins, boneless, skinless chicken breasts. Oh, then we did get some beef there too. But let's take a look at the cereals.
Right here.
And then we gotta get some. Oh no! We gotta get BB2. That's sorry. Honestly, probably eat quite a bit of this. Cheerios. The PB2 goes into like every protein shake pretty much. And I'd really like to get some rice checks, but I think I'm gonna pass on that. Damn, they got a giant thing of honey here. But I just got that. Dang it. Alright, so now we're at the freaking, okay, here we go, creamer rice. They got it. Almost $5, dude. They're taxing, they're whacking, dude. How could they whack like this? Oh, it's got me all hot and bothered. Now I gotta freaking take my jacket off. We need this damn near a staple in a bulking diet. Just like the mayonnaise, like when I bought the mayonnaise, it's just a thing to wash down with the meat you're eating, you know? It's easier. You can swallow it easier. Can't forget the ramen. I don't eat the ramen. I really don't eat ramen that much. It's for the kids. Okay, I think we were talking. Now we're talking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. 5 meals a day. I mean, that'll work, right? I guess we'll invest. Fuck. I hate spending money. Wife's gonna be pissed. And then I say, yeah, but I got cookies. We'll get some cookies. I'm probably gonna eat them all. That's the thing. I'm gonna eat them all in the car, so I gotta get like double amount. I know what to do. The big container of cookies. Like oatmeal raisin. Damn, son, she likes oatmeal raisin. We'll just do the big old thing of cookies. Fuck it, dude. Okay. All right. Now let's get the hell out of here. We need protein, and then we'll get out of here. We're in that protein section, guys, and it's looking scarce. Okay, so I'm probably gonna go with the freaking Optimum Whey again. You're trying to tell me, where is the essential amino acids? All I ever see is branch chain amino acids. Are these third-party tested? Are they all third-party tested? Just like this all the time. Huh. I'm looking for some EAAs. You guys got any essential amino acids in here? All I see is branch chain amino acids. That's really not enough. I need essential ones. We're getting this. We're going with the double rich chocolate. Add peanut butter to it. It's good. Makes for a big old protein shake. So this is the thing with the mass gainer shakes. They can throw all the stuff that they need to throw in there, like whatever carbs to like make extra calories, but I kind of want like 100 grams of protein in one serving, not just like 40 or 50, like, you know? So, and this stuff, like regular protein that you just scoop is like super light, so you can just keep putting, you can put a shit ton of scoops in whatever you're using, and it'll work out really good. Mass gainer shake isn't going to do the same thing. I don't really think there is any EAAs. I don't see anything like that. Just regular amino energy. I don't need energy, alright? I don't need energy. I don't have enough energy, alright? So I'm gonna keep going. Pre-workout, goddammit. I need a pre-workout. You know what I mean? Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. We got our protein. Let's get the hell out of here. Daddy's poor. So like and subscribe and shit, so that Daddy can buy some more energy drinks and stuff. You know? During this whole car ride, while I begin to smash 4 cookies, I explain to you all how I am a genetic anomaly, and I can eat 4 cookies because my metabolism is of God tier. Okay, so grocery trip's done. You seen what I got out right here.
You're getting it wet. Not there.
These will come in handy. Chicken breast fillets. You know how to get the chicken super lean. I would almost recommend, like, in bulk and almost use like more fattier chicken, but for some reason I just prefer the breast and the tenderloins. Tenderloins. Now tenderloins are super lean. That's got like barely any fat because it doesn't have much of the rib meat shit on it and whatnot. It always has a less percentage of fat. All the extra breaded chicken is just like extra snacky protein, you know? Of course, the Fairlife, because I drink regular milk, I poop a lot. Fart that shit done. We got that freaking pink salmon, which I don't really like fish too much, like I said. But I'm gonna try out the salmon because it's like better than tilapia. Different sources of protein or not. I mean, some of these, man, these almost look great. Uncrustables, conveniency. He doesn't have to make sandwiches. But honestly, these are super good. Do you want one?
They're frozen, I think.
Huh?
I think they're frozen.
They're probably a little
Yeah, they
frozen.
come frozen.
See? Oh yeah, we got this perfect chicken nuggets. It's a certain kind that my stepson likes. That it's got to be this brand. I'm thinking sure, thinking that's the right kind. Yeah. And then tater tots. Not for me. I don't really eat these unless it's left over and the kids didn't eat it or it's on the floor or something. I'll probably scoop it up. Oh. Then we got the right hash browns. They got to be dark, otherwise the kids won't eat them. If they're light, they look off to me too, so I definitely understand. And then the meat, they had these, it was buy one, get one 50% off. So I got a lot of the 93.7 and then a lot of the 81.19. I like the grease. I don't drain it out. Maybe I should. My cholesterol really is never high. So I don't see the problem. Or triglycerides. And those are the two things that you'd think would be extremely high if you're one to just slurp all the fat out of these and not drain your ground beef, but I never drain it. I just eat all it. Sometimes I'll even add beef tallow to some really lean beef. If it's not lean enough, I'll even add some. And some people might think that's disgusting. I think it's tasty. You can get it down a lot easier. Makes it a lot easier to eat when it's greasy. Just eat it fast enough. Otherwise, once it gets cold, it starts turning into like a paste. Nothing's good about that. Moving on. Horse grub protein. You were there for that. Same thing as that. Ramen, that's for the kids. We don't need that ramen. Maybe once in a while. But and these containers are gonna come in handy. Bread. Pasteurized vegetarian chicken. Some beautiful strawberries that my daughter will eat in one sitting. And then to the grass-fed ground beefs. Avocados, completely green yet. Honeycrisp apples. And then we got more bags to add to the collection of bags that I never take to all these. And I just buy new ones. Farfalle. None of my kids eat this type of bow tie pasta, but I like getting good extra carbohydrates. Just have a plate of plain ass chicken and a plate of plain ass unseasoned, unsalted, regular farfalle, and then you got a lot of carbs and a lot of protein and barely any fat. Isn't that a wonderful meal choice? Maybe throw like one broccoli stem in the middle. That'll be a good meal. So that's pretty much everything. Yeah, I'm gonna make a meal now. Great Uncrustables. Conveniency. He doesn't have to make sandwiches. But honestly, he is super good. Do you want one? See? Oh yeah, we got this perfect chicken nuggets. It's a certain kind that my stepson likes. That it's got to be this brand. I'm thinking that's the right kind. Yeah. And then tater tots. Not for me. I don't really eat these unless it's left over and the kids didn't eat it or it's on the floor or something. I'll probably scoop it up. Oh. Then we got the right hash browns. They got to be dark, otherwise the kids won't eat them. If they're light, they look off to me too. So I definitely understand. And then the meat, they had these. It was buy one get one 50% off. So I got a lot of the 93.7, and then a lot of the 81.19. I like the grease. I don't drain it out. Maybe I should. My cholesterol really is never high, so I don't see the problem. Or triglycerides, and those are the two things that you'd think would be extremely high if you're wanting to just slurp all the fat out of these and not drain your ground beef. But I never drain it. I just sometimes I'll even add beef tallow to some really lean beef. If it's not lean enough, I'll even add some. And some people might think that's disgusting. I think it's tasty. You can get it down a lot easier. Makes it a lot easier to eat when it's greasy. Just eat it fast enough. Otherwise, once it gets cold, it starts turning into like a paste. Nothing's good about that. Moving on. Horse grub protein. You were there for that. Same thing as that. Ramen, that's for the kids. We don't need that ramen. Maybe once in a while. But and these containers are gonna come in handy. Bread. Pasteurized vegetarian chicken. Some beautiful strawberries that my daughter will eat in one sitting. And then to the grass-fed ground beefs. Avocados, completely green yet. Honeycrisp apples. And then we got more bags to add to the collection of bags that I never take to all these. And I just buy new ones. Farfalle. None of my kids eat this type of bow tie pasta, but I like getting good extra carbohydrates. Just have a plate of plain ass chicken and a plate of plain ass unseasoned, unsalted, regular farfalle, and then you got a lot of carbs and a lot of protein and barely any fat. Isn't that a wonderful meal choice? Maybe throw like one broccoli stem in the middle. That'll be a good meal. So that's pretty much everything. Yeah, I'm gonna make a meal now. These are really like the best kind of meal prep containers. Glass, plastic on the top.
All the mayo is way more ass.
What's that?
Never mind, there's still mayo there.
I bought more mayo too.
I know. I thought you used it all and that's why you bought it.
Oh.
Oh, I can't wait for Adrian to come home. Like, he has not been
Pink one.
gone for
So the first meal, just to get some carbs in, we got 12.4 fluid ounces of Fairlife milk, and then 160 grams of honey grams, which is like 300 grams of carbs. I'll either find a way to put it at the top of the screen, or the next clip I'll share the macros specifically on that. This is what you look like after eating 4 cookies in a bowl of cereal. 4 cookies. How fast did you seen? I filmed how fast it took me to eat those 4 cookies. That means that 700 calories are down in like 4 minutes. That's a cheat code. That is literally a cheat code. But right now, here I'm cooking up. Actually seasoned because Tiffany's cooking it. And some rice. So that'll probably be like 32 grams of protein maybe. Or maybe 40. I don't know. We'll see. I'll weigh it up. I actually don't think I eat the skin. I don't know.
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Who eats the skin?
I will bite a fish raw.
No, you will not. Says who? But overall today, so far, I've already ate 1,600 calories. I already ate what a bikini competitor limits themselves to in a day. Just by eating a bowl of cereal and 4 cookies. Like I'm a child.
No.
No?
No. It's not even barely moving.
Cold salmon. So, for an actual nutritious meal, we got the Atlantic salmon that Tiffany cooked. 4 ounces on the dot. They were messing around. So 4 ounces. They were right on it. We'll call this lunch. This is wild caught salmon. I don't know the brand. Let's figure that. So, had to be exact because sometimes on my Fitness Pal they don't have the exact brand. It's a little bit off, but yeah, 4 ounces exactly. Go with grams for rice. We'll go with like 200 grams. At least some for the kids. What? Seeped through. And my daughter just flooded the bathroom. Well, and an egg. Chop it off. The beautiful fall fresh. So, there's really. Add a 0 sugar soda to it. That's perfect, always. So here are the macros. I don't know if you can see it or if it'll focus. Focuses on my phone, so Let's do a little overview. So far, 2,000 calories. Most of it came from them cookies and the cereal. A little jump start. But yeah, here's basically how I call the second meal. 1,800 more calories to go if we're gonna hit our 3,900 mark, which I'll probably want to go over that. Damn, bro, this ground beef better stop playing. So for the next meal, since we didn't really eat too much this morning, we got a pound of ground beef, half cup of rice, it's probably about 100 grams or so. And then we got this chicken in the air fryer. Chicken, weigh it all up at the end, figure out the macros. I'm assuming it's gonna be maybe like 1,300 calories, something like that. But we'll see. When it comes to posing, I really suck. Like, I take a lot of breaths. I need to work on that. That's very important. You cannot be out of breath while you're on stage. It just looks horrible. So that's gonna need a lot of practice. My goal is to chop this stuff down possible, because it's like, the smaller it is, the easier it's gonna be to chew and digest. It's like doing some of the digestion for you. That's obviously why a shake is so convenient and digests fast, is because it's like broken down into a fine powder. That's what your intestines do anyways, break it down into small amounts. So let's see what we got here. As far as grams of chicken, 153 grams. See how many ounces that is? 5.4. So this is what you do, man. Pop out the MyFitnessPal or whatever, basically whatever app you use to track calories, even if it's just writing it down, looking up the calorie and then writing it down. Boneless, skinless, chicken breast. And then we have 5.4 ounces. That's 33 grams of protein, 190 calories, 5.4 grams of fat. You get the tenderloins, they're barely any fat. I feel like it's much less. So this would be, I suppose, dinner. And then ground beef, we got 81.19 ground beef. We're gonna do a whole pound of that, so that's 80 grams of protein, 1,120 calories, 80 grams of fat. Yeah, it's a lot of fat in the off season. I'm not worried about that. I usually eat a lot of fat. Usually eat quite a bit of fat. And then we have how much rice? We're gonna see how much rice right now.
I'll pause it.
So I want this in grams. Zero it out. Let's go. 175. Just gonna leave a little bit more in case the kids want some. Take a little bit out. Gonna do good old 150 grams. 150. Okay, 152, that's fine. So then this with ground beef. Slog that in there. Jasmine rice, cooked. We got 150 grams. 42 grams of carbs, 195 calories. All right, so let's take a look at this meal as a whole. Dinner, 1,500 calories. I was pretty close, so I said 1,400. So out of total, this is 1,500 calories. This is a lot of protein, not as much carbs. That's fine. I just gotta get the protein percentage up there. Let's see where I'm at for the day. I love these type of statistics, man. All these type of facts here that I'm looking at exactly how much I'm eating in a single day. This is, if you're able to put everything that you do on paper, like it's literally an experiment, like a science experiment, not like it's school, but like you're literally in the lab, like creating something. You're creating new muscle tissue. So that's gonna take some jotting some stuff down, if you will. So overall today I've had, let's look at what I've done today. Diary. Where's that? Diary. So if I eat this, that's 3,594 calories. So I'm getting pretty close to my goal, but I got like 2 or 3 more meals to do yet. This is kind of like 2 meals into one. So then, let's see the macros, dude. I've had so far 346 grams of carbs, 160 grams of fat, and only 189 grams of protein. So we need to jump the protein up a little more later tonight if we want to get in at least 250. I mean, I need another 50 grams, but I usually like to shoot for 300, 350 to close to 400 grams of protein, because I see more benefits with more protein. That's just my experience. More protein is always much better. But I'm gonna probably slam like 2-3 protein shakes the rest of the day. I'll easily hit like 350 grams of protein today. No issues at all. So I'm gonna chow this down and I'll get back to you guys later. I had forgot about the special sauce. The shit that makes this stuff way easier to put down. So let's see here. 30 grams is 150. Oh! Damn, that's about 30 grams right there. Just about 30 grams right there. Alright, so that should give me another 150 calories and some fat. We got 4 scoops of the whey protein, Optimum Nutrition, double rich chocolate. And then 72 grams of the PB2. And then I'm actually going to add, so I will add a scoop of this. This is carbolic. This is, I'm pretty sure it's dextrose powder. This is just carbohydrates. I think it's dextrose powder. 50 grams. So then just this shake that I made with 4 scoops of the Optimum Nutrition whey protein, double rich chocolate, and then 76 grams of the PB2. The 4 scoops of the protein is 96 grams of protein, 480 calories, right? And then add this, which is 380 calories, and 38 grams of protein, 9.5 grams of fat, 31 carbs. And then add in this, which is 50 grams of carbs, and that's pretty much it. 50 grams of carbs, straight dextrose powder. So that all together is 1,060 calories. 96 plus 38. This shake has 134 grams of protein, which is kind of ridiculous. Pretty much overkill, but I have to do that. Alright, so now we're getting ready for a workout. Gonna go to the Planet Fitness and maybe a scoop and a half of the Daddy Pump Daddy pre-workout. The goal here is high intensity, super high intensity, only like 2 working sets per exercise. Let's fucking do 100 carbs, bro. Let's do fucking 100 grams of carbs, man. Let's go all out for this one. Carbs are a great pre-workout. I'm just saying, like, fucking excellent pre-workout. Fast-acting carbs. I'm not going into the science. You'll get it. Carbohydrates, like ATP, adenosine triphosphate. You know, there's
protein, and then there's fucking glycogen. Protein is the very, very first, like, the protein, energy burn is your creatine. Somewhere. This is all just, not particular, but
let's throw that other half a scoop of the daddy pump, so we're really doing 2 scoops. We'll do chest and shoulders, alright? We'll just keep adding some more. And probably some cardio. Because we like cardio. Don't we? Alright. Shut that. Let's get ready to fucking, let's just go in. Yeah, let's get this. Come on, buddy. Yeah. That looks pretty sick. Oh, should I just do arms too? Probably. Chest, tricep, shoulders. That's the workout. Chest, triceps, shoulders. So yeah, I just ended the almost the end of the day, 9:45, with the killer chest, shoulders, and triceps workout. That crazy pumps. That was awesome. Next time I'm doing another 100 grams of carbs pre-workout before the gym. That was awesome. That was much better. That was a fucking great workout. Okay, adding up all the calories, it looks like we have 5,354 total calories for today. That is way above the goal. That's good. We're in the plus. That was 500 grams of carbohydrates, 208 grams of fat, and 323 grams of protein. That is perfect. Perfect. We don't need to eat anymore. It is 10:12. Now we can just sip on water. I gotta go back to work. I'm gonna go check out on the guys, see how the cleaning is going, and give my buddy a ride home probably. And it's a successful day.